Hi everyone, and welcome to Gentle Yoga Flow. My name is Amanda. This is Seas of Compassion Yoga, and you can find many other flows just like this one, and some Vinyasa 1, along with meditation, on our Seas of Compassion Yoga Facebook page. I haven't taken any of them down for the past 2 months. They're there for your viewing ability when you are able to come to your mat and to practice. You can also find these videos shared on the Tamako Community Arts Facebook page. The center is offering free yoga. However, if you should feel the need or the inclination to make a small contribution or donation of any amount to the center, that helps keep the arts and the programs flowing. We truly appreciate that generosity. Tonight's flow will be a slow and gentle practice filled with pranayama, and that means breath in English. And you know, there's a lot going on right now within the pandemic, but I read something beautiful by a fellow yoga instructor and a peer that I like to study with and learn from time to time, Janet Stone. She said, your life is not on hold right now. This pandemic is part of your life. So some of us may feel like we are disconnected or out of touch with what's happening in the world. Some of us have been displaced, but when you come back into the present moment and the present breath, to notice and to realize that all that's unfolding around you every day is your story, whether it's the way you thought it would go or not, it gives a peaceful notion. So there's also something in yoga called, in the sutras, it's a teaching, Sthira Sukham Asanam, and this translates to let the pose be both challenging and comfortable. And in gentle yoga, we don't want so much of the challenge as we do sometimes the comfort, but the beauty is the play between the two. It's a dance. And it's something you can take off of your mat and translate out into life because, you know, as we all know, life isn't always rainbows, as they say, right? So yeah, as we practice tonight, keeping in mind that notion and that intention of balance between comfortable and challenge, or comfortable and stable, is something that we can all come back to and again. So we're going to begin class this evening with a pranayama practice, and this is Dirgha pranayama, or 3-part breath. And it's very simply done. Just place yourself in an upright seat, give yourself a nice long spine. If cross-legged doesn't work for you, obviously unhinge your legs, relax your hips, splay them out in front of you. Just go ahead and close your eyes, settle into your breath. Just bring awareness to your breath. Not changing anything right now. Perhaps for the first time today, drawing awareness to the breath. And go ahead and inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Once again, in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Now the inhale through the nose. Keeping the mouth closed, exhale through the nose. And repeat. In through the nose. Out through the nose. This time on your inhale, inhale all the breath right into your belly. Big belly, exhale from the belly. Now this round on the inhale deep into the belly. Extend that upward into the mid-chest. Exhale mid-chest. Exhale from the belly. Third round of breath, deep inhale into the belly. Mid-chest fills. Upper chest fills. upper chest, mid-chest, and belly. And return to your breath. Feeling the subtle lift on the inhale and the setting down on the exhale. Very nice. Allow your chin to tip gently toward your chest. And flutter your eyes open softly. Come back into the outside world. Beautiful. If you're not in Sukhasana or a simple seat, maybe you can make your way to Sukhasana or a variation thereof. Sitting up high on a blanket or two, a pillow. You can bring along a block or two for practice, or a thick book. Anything that would give you lift off of the floor. So we're going to begin with some subtle movements. And settle into your seat, evenly distributing the weight between the sacrum, centering sternum over hips here. Inhale, arms to the sky. And breathe. Same way, in and out through the nose. Maybe you can hear yourself. Bringing sound and awareness to the breath is the first way to become present in your practice. And again, over the repetition of that notion, we become anchored in the present moment. And even in the most movement-filled classes, you can find a meditation occurring within the breath. Breathing, filling and lifting. And emptying. Very nice. One more inhale. And go ahead, exhale, left hand to the ground. Start to lean gently into the left arm. And extend the right arm straight up and out of the right shoulder. Trying not to collapse into this side body here, creating space between the rib cage and the arm. One more in-breath. Let the exhale flow out. And let an inhale gently pick both arms up. Exhale, right arm to the ground. Gently tip yourself toward the right side. Maybe allow your eyes to float toward the earth. Gentle opening to come into the side of the left neck. Last full round of breath. And inhale to lift you back up. Exhale, resting the arms down. Inhale, arms up and out to the sides. Exhale, gently rotate your trunk to the left side of the room. Left hand to the floor, right hand to your left knee. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, gently looking down and back. Softly twisting. Inhale, sits you up. Exhale, rotate toward the back. Inhale, feel an expansion through the ribs on the breath in. Exhale, one last twist. Back to center. Settle in. Inhale to pick, extending both arms up and out now. Exhale to twist to the right side of your mat. Right hand to the ground behind you, left hand to your knee as you gently gaze down. Inhale, along spine. Exhale, twisting softly to the back. Inhale. Exhale, twisting softly. Once more, inhale. Exhale, twisting softly. And back to center on the exhale. Very nice. We'll roll through cat and cow at a seat here. Let the inhale draw the chest forward, shoulder blades back. Exhale, round shoulders inward. Pull the belly into the spine gently. Tuck the chin. Inhale, open shoulders back. Chest shines forward. Exhale, roll upward. With the tailbone downward with the chin. And back to the center. We'll come unbound here and slide the knees to one side, feet to the other. And I'll meet you here on palms and knees, just ever so gently now. And to give yourself added comfort and bring gentle even more so into the Sthira Sukham, the balance between effort and ease of our class today. And some blocks perhaps as props or books alongside us, if you've got them. If not, not a worry. So let's join now with an inhale to come up, standing onto the knees. And I want you to just spend a moment with your posture. So the knees come straight out of the hip sockets, and then placing a hand near your pubic bone, way low in the abdomen. Bring the other hand to the rib cage and just create length and stacking sensation here as you feel your body align. Shoulders now right in line with the hips. Inhale, take both arms up to the sky. And extending and expanding in this upward shape now. Consider right out of the shoulder girdle, we extend elbows and then wrists and fingertips. Inhale, subtly lifts. Exhale, sits us down. Then allow the arms to fall gracefully, gently by the side. So we'll root into the right knee and step out here into Parigasana, your gate pose. And here, just drawing blocks or props of any sort nearby, we'll extend ourselves with an inhale into Tadasana arms, mountain pose, straight up we go. Let the exhale set the left arm toward the left leg. And maybe you're rooting into the outer edge of the left foot. And allow a breath of inhale to lift the right arm up. And let the exhale bend you slightly toward the left. We don't want to collapse deeply into the rib cage here, creating still space and opening through the left side body. But more notably, breathing into the opening occurring on the right side. One more full round here. Maybe drishti or eye gazes down. And allow the exhale to slowly drop the right arm and slide the left foot back in its place, right in line with the left hip. And as we inhale here, mountain pose, arms, length once again coming into the arms and the fingertips, gaze straight ahead. Shift your weight onto your left knee and draw length outward from the right hip as you root into the outside of your right foot. Again, inhale lifts us up. Exhale sets us down. Right hand to the right shin. Inhale, length through the left side body. And exhale as we tip ourselves over ever so slightly toward the right side of the room. And again, creating a shapely C in the body rather than more of an angle. Keeping an open rib cage and length now coming into the left side. One more. And go ahead and let that inhale pick you up. And the exhale, place the hand back at your side and your knee straight underneath. We'll take that again with a little bit of an addition here. Inhale, arms to the sky. Stepping the left leg out to the side. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower left hand, curving toward the left. Remembering that balance. Comfortable, yet steady. Now one more breath in and out. Exhale. Now let the in-breath pick you straight back up, both arms high. And now the exhale is to place the right hand outside the right hip, perhaps to a block or fingertips. And we're just going to gently hang here for a moment with the left arm straight up. And then draw its awareness toward the right side of the room. Feeling extension from the foot of the left side all the way through the fingertips. Drishti soft and downward. Now let an inhale lift you up away from the block, both arms high. And let the exhale drop both arms and slide the left leg underneath the left hip. Inhale once again, arms high to the sky. And exhale, we're going to come into an extension on the right side here. Exhaling next round, right hand comes toward the right shin. Inhale, maybe a gaze up as you lengthen through the left arm. And let the exhale tip you gently toward the right side, maybe feeling a slight shift of the left hip outward. Inhale. Exhale. In breath to lift you up. Exhale to set the left hand outside the left knee to a block or the ground. Maybe a gaze straight up at the top hand. Maybe down. And then inviting length on the inhale, extension through from foot to finger. One more in breath. And exhale. Let your next in breath pick you up, both arms high. Exhale, arms down, sliding your knees back to your mat. And you can set the blocks or books toward the front of your mat for now. As we come to the ground, for cat-cow here on all four, inhale, gaze forward, shining the chest to 12 o'clock. Dipping the belly down. Exhale, rounding out the back, chin comes to chest. Inhale, gazing forward. Tailbone high. Exhale, round up. Nice. Coming up now, walking the hands back all the way up onto standing knees here. Tuck your toes beneath you, lift and tuck. And we're going to ease the hips back over top of the heels. A little bit of a toe stretch, just gently opening the arches. And gaze forward. And at the same time, we'll do a little bit of wrist therapy here, clasping your hands and just rolling one side. And rolling to the other side. Nice. Inhale, lift up. Come to the tops of your feet. And we'll sit back just gently now, gently into the toes. We want to feel pressure into the toes downward. So there's a little lift. My tops of my feet aren't on the ground, just pressing into the toes, opposite motion of what we just created. Just a few breaths here. And then coming to the earth on all fours here, palms and knees. We're going to just pull away for a moment to separate from our blanket or two or pillow. And we're going to tuck and lift and step slowly. Feet toward hands at the the top of the mat. Separate your feet to the edges of your mat. Take a block or two or a book. We're going to really get the length out of our lift here. Halfway lift is mentioned over and over in the vinyasa classes. A halfway lift is a full extension of the spine out of the hips. So the best way to achieve that lift and the lengthen is sometimes to use a block. You got a couple of settings here. Maybe the highest is what we need tonight. We just really want to feel hips over heels and then length in the spine, straight out through the head. Pressing down with the hands. And then we're going to take the blocks or the books, if you have them on a high setting, perhaps to their second highest setting. Just opening a little bit more. And then finally, if it's in your practice, in your balance, Sthira Sukham tonight, let this asana be efforting yet comfortable as you fold. So creating a long spine here and allowing the head to feel free to shake its way through whatever motion feels releasing. Maybe it's the motion of yes, maybe it's the motion of no. Relax your head back to the center of your spine and grip for opposite elbows with your hands, and with everything intact, rooting into the feet, sway side to side. Nice and easy. Release your hands and slowly step your feet together. And we'll reverse swan dive up, vertebra by vertebra, rise through your mountain pose, Tadasana. And in mountain pose, it's important for a moment to check in with your joints. We've got wrists over elbows, over shoulders, over hips, over knees, over ankles. So picturing your body in length, reaching for the sky, spread your fingers slightly. Bring your hand, the right hand, toward the left wrist. Nice and easy now. Bend toward, where am I going? There, I'm sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Bend yourself toward the right side and gently feel the shift come into the left hip toward the left side of your mat. So we don't want to jam up the wrist. We don't want to be yanking on the joint. We just want to softly nudge the opening of the shoulder, the upper back on the left side. Let an inhale pick you straight back up, release. Left hand comes toward the wrist of the right arm, and we're going to slightly shift ourselves into a curve outward with the right hip as we lean to the left. Inhale to pick ourselves back up. Reach up, look up. And exhale as you fold, nice and easy, trying to keep a flat back on the way down. And all the way through, maybe the knees bend right here. And when the hands come anywhere near the mat, go ahead, bend your knees. And let your chest rest on your knees. Drop your head down. Very nice. Plant your palms to the earth or to the blocks and take a step back with the right knee until it reaches the ground. And we're going to root ourselves here into a baby low lunge. Okay, so 2 L shapes, come into the body. Inhale to lift yourself up onto your front knee with your hands and gazing forward. Just check in that the shoulders and the hips are both at 12 o'clock. In breath. And now let the out breath take the hips back into a runner's lunge, a runner's stretch. Fingertips may support you, but this is a baby one, so we're not going to go too deeply here. Support yourself, drop your head. Inhale, lift back up. Swing the right side around. Lift yourself up, standing on knees, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the ground. Walk your hands back out, all fours. And we're gonna slide the left foot forward now. Another baby lunge. Inhale to lift as you root into the earth. Hands come to the leg. Gaze forward. Spread your toes, rooting into the foot. And let the exhale drop you back now, nice and easy. Maybe the front of the foot on the left side lifts, but we're not going into the deepest of expressions quite yet. Just feeling a gentle stretch. The back of the left leg, maybe the low back. Nice and easy. Coming back up, slide the left foot around. And we'll meet on all fours. Just go ahead and circle out your hips to one side and circle to the opposite side. Very nice. Second round, let's slide the right foot through. This time, try to take it a little bit farther forward. And again, inhale, hands come to the right knee. And in your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge here, let's thrust the hips forward a little bit more now. Opening a little bit more deeply into your psoas. Drawing length into the left side. As you're rooting down, calmly gazing forward with the breath. Last in breath. And exhale back into runner's lunge. Now we may go a little bit deeper this time, but honoring the body, listening with the breath into your own intuition, the guidance of your mind-body connection. So sometimes if this is too deep of a flexion for the knee, you just want to tuck something between the hamstring and the calf as you set back, drop your head down. Let an inhale pick us back up. Right foot sweeps to the side. Level out the shoulders and the hips. We're going to lift and slide the left foot forward now beyond the fingertips into a little bit of a deeper version of our low lunge. Inhaling, hands back to the knee. And again, feeling the thrusting motion that creates a bigger opening throughout the right hip, thigh. Let the breath support you. Sometimes closing your eyes in a pose such as this brings you into the subtle tingles within the body. Maybe the wobble back and forth to remind you that you're human. Breath in. Placing the hands back to the earth, let's exhale back into our runner stretch. We're going to bring the hip back over the back foot. And maybe the toes poke straight up toward the sky here as you settle in. And an inhale here to lift you up. And let's slide the right foot arm around to the side. Beautiful. I'm going to land here to palms and knees. And again, circle the hips. Maybe clockwise, maybe counterclockwise. And we'll take wave number 3 here. We're going to take an inhale to extend through the right heel. And step the right foot to the inside of the right hand, maybe a little bit farther now. Inhale, gently picks the arms up to the sky. You feel the chest bone open, shining forward at 12 o'clock. Breath here. And let the exhale set your hands back and down. We're going to lift and tuck the back toe to lift back and up into our pyramid pose. But let's take a baby pyramid here. So keeping short distance between front and back foot. Both feet at 12 o'clock. We'll inhale a nice long spine, and maybe 2 blocks will support you nicely here. Exhale out and over the front leg. And then placing the right hand to the earth, Just gently inhale as you pull the left shoulder toward the sky, elbow over shoulder, and then hand over elbow. Gazing down, and then drawing inner thighs close. Maybe let your inhale dance your drishti or your eye gaze upward toward the sky. Maybe not, maybe down is where you feel best. Letting breath enter and leave. Again, that wobble, that humanness. One more breath. Exhaling, left hand to the ground. Inhale, a long spine, gaze forward. Exhale, dropping yourself out and over the front leg. Plant the left hand to the ground or fingertips or to a block. And we're going to just gently say motion with the right hand. Draw the right shoulder back, elbow over shoulder, wrist up on top of elbow, and maybe as you draw inner thighs close, inhaling to dance your drishti on the exhale to that twist. Upward. Effort and comfort. Sthira Sukham Asanam. One more. And exhale, right hand to the ground. Very nice. Push into the hands and the feet. Big step up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, fold. Nice flat back, slow as can be. Go ahead, step the right foot back. Come down onto the right knee, top of the right foot. Slide the left foot forward. Anjaneyasana, your low lunge once again. Inhaling the arms up. Gazing forward. Calm breath. Let the exhale bring your hands to the earth. Inhale, lift and tuck the back toes, and then lift the hips high into our pyramid pose here. Stepping the back foot in a little bit closer, both feet at 12 o'clock. Inhale, a long spine. Exhale, forward fold out over your front leg. Plant the left hand outside the left foot or to a block, just to show you how this looks. And then draw back with the right shoulder, elbow above shoulder, wrist above elbow, until length comes into the right arm, and maybe you slowly gaze upward. And one more in-breath here. Shifting the right hip forward just a little bit and dropping the right hand down to the floor or a block. Rooting into the floor and or block. Let's take the left arm up behind us, elbow in line with the shoulder, with the wrist. As you gently roll the right hip forward, just a slight bit. Create length and line between hands here. Drawing the inner thighs close. Maybe now you're dancing your drishti upward, your gaze, or perhaps it feels best to keep your gaze down. And one more breath. Exhale here, left hand to the earth. And we'll come back down to the knee, setting aside any blocks, and slide the left knee around to the side. Take a deep breath in here, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, sit back onto your heels. Pause for a moment in hero. Sitting up nice and tall. Just checking in. Noticing heat in the body, your breath. And very, very slowly begin to open your eyes, reacclimate to the space. Bring your hands to your mat, and you'll send your knees to one side and your feet to the other side. Move into Maricharasana. And so you're going to extend the left leg with a bent right knee here. A couple options right here, or you can take the right foot over top of the left. We're going to take the left elbow, the inside, and wrap it right around the right knee. Place the right hand behind you. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, gently twisting into the back arm, gazing down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, a gentle twist. Inhale. And let the exhale bring you back to center. And we'll reverse sides here. Extend the right leg. Slide the left knee bent. Sole of the left foot can be in or outside of the knee. And sitting up nice and tall, wrapping the right elbow around. Placing the left hand to the earth. Exhale yourself backward. Gazing down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, back and down. One more round. Deep in breath. And exhale, a gentle twist. Come back to center here. Go ahead, extend both legs. If you have a blanket nearby, grab it. If not, no big deal. We're going to come into a little bit of folding. I'm going to sit myself up here on the edge of the blanket. Very, very edge. And we want a bit of an anterior or forward tilt in the pelvic bone here, so the blanket assists in that for you. And for our next pose for Paschimottanasana, I want you to extend through the heels with the toes face up, if that feels okay for you. If the knees and the backs of the legs are telling you otherwise, just gently bend and even support. You can always take a pillow or a bolster underneath here for such a fold. Also, if you have a pillow or a bolster near you, this is a beautiful place to set and restore and relax. So some things to consider. Maybe not for this practice, but for going forward. So we'll take a nice tall seat before we go any farther, and then inhale the arms to the sky. And let our exhale draw the chest bone forward, and exhale as though it's dropping into the thighs. And so for your Paschimottanasana, for your deep-seated forward fold, again, listening to the body with the breath, anchoring in the present moment to feel what it is that you feel, and to take this pose to the space that's appropriate at this time. Responsibility within your practice. And not forgetting the notion of gentle. Gentle with your body. Gentle with your thoughts, gentle with your breath. And so if this pose calls to you in any way, it can be a beautiful restorative pose, a yin pose. All you need to do to deepen the relaxation form here would be to separate the legs. Bring yourself a big old pillow, bolster, or stack of blankets and drape yourself right over top of them. It's a beautiful place to spend time as you relax the backs of the legs and you don't quite demand as much work. Exhale out all of your air. And go ahead, let that inhale peel you up off of the ground. easy as can be. And we'll move into a tiny inversion here. So if you have a wall nearby, feel free to find it. And what we're going to do is take the leg straight up the wall. This is one of my favorite poses. I try to teach it as much as I can, especially in a gentle class. Restoring the blood flow and refreshing the organs in a way that they don't normally understand or see. So drawing the knees close to the belly button line and then extending legs straight up. So maybe you're set against a wall right now. If you're propped up on a blanket, that'll give you a little bit more lift. You can always use a block beneath you for Viparita Karani. Wherever you are, just try to allow yourself to settle downward. Soft belly. Weight coming into the hips. And very, very slowly bring a bend back to the knees. And we're going to drop the knees to the left side of the room. Inhale both arms to the sky. Exhale, dropping both arms to the ground. Allow your head to gently shift itself toward the right side of the room. Maybe if it's a bit of an intense stretch for you to twist this deeply, modification might be to place the sole of the right foot on the earth. Exhale, everything out. Go ahead, inhale. And we'll draw everything up and over. On the exhale, dropping the right knee down. Left knee on top, leaving the arms outstretched. If it's okay on the neck here, maybe gently twisting cervical spine to the left side of the room. Maybe the eyes are closed. Maybe the sole of the left foot's on the earth. Find what feels good in your body. Settle into that. And let an inhale pick your right knee back up until you are settled into a neutral pelvic bone here. Sacrum rests flat on the earth. Pelvis is neutral. And we'll pull gently here, knees coming back toward the chest, softly, slowly. And for just a few breaths, allow them to curl all the way in. Tuck your chin slightly. And we'll take the opposite motion here. Go ahead, let the knees drip away from the body. Let the toes hang down heavy toward the earth. And let your hands rest firmly. Sthira Sukham Asanam. Where is the work? Where is the comfort? And let an exhale once again, draw the knees back toward you. And we're going to move into a separation of the knees. And this isn't happy baby, which many of you may know from a yoga pose, but this is dead bug. So separating the thighs to the outside of the rib cage and allowing the thighs to drip down toward the earth. Lift your arms up to the space between you and close your eyes. And I just want you to imagine what it's like to allow gravity, as though it has one hand on your right thigh, one hand on your left thigh, settling into a gorgeous assist, opening your hips, but at the same time allow your toes to curl toward your feet and your hands to release and receive your fingertips. Perhaps you can feel weight melting into your shoulder blades. And breathing into this one is essential. If you do have tight hamstrings, if you do have tight IT bands, tight low back, breathe calm into the body, space. Release yourself of expectation, just taking a breath and allow yourself to experience the here and now. Presence and awareness is a consciousness of yoga that we practice, we cultivate. And start to wiggle your fingers, your toes, and bring your hands toward the outsides of your legs, bring them back together. Slowly slide your legs toward the earth, and you can remove anything from beneath you. Give yourself a great big stretch up with your hands above the head, and one foot at a time extending out of your hip socket. Lengthen and inhale, and then exhale to release into your shape of Shavasana for this evening. Allow your toes to fall to the outer edges of your mat. Open your shoulder blades by rolling them into the mat and allowing the palms to face up. Breathe softness into the belly. Softness into the chest, the throat. Unhinging the jaw and releasing the tongue downward. Softening your cheekbones, softening the temples, the inner and outer corners of both eyes. Softening the brow. Finding stillness. Slowly drawing the exhale out a bit longer. Creating space before you take the inhale. Creating small movement at the edges of your body, toes, fingers, maybe wrists, ankles. And only when you are ready for more movement, gently roll the body over onto your right side. Snuggle up for a moment of appreciation and acknowledgement. Thank yourself for taking this time for your wellness. Slowly sit yourself up to a comfortable seat, facing forward. bring your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra. And we're going to move from here into Padma Mudra or Lotus Mudra. Just gently separating the middle 3 fingers and cupping the base of the hand, keeping connection between the thumb and the pinky. And the legend, the story of the 10,000 petal lotus is that in the murkiest of waters, the most beautiful flower grows, blooms into an extraordinary sight. But the depths from which it comes may be unsightly or unthinkable. And in times like these, cultivating awareness of your own inner beauty, your own inner blossoming bloom. Draw your lotus close to your heart. Hold yourself here in love. Know that all is well. And that you too will bloom in all of the murk. No mud, no lotus. Inhale your lotus, if you wish, to the center of your forehead. Inhale yourself a long spine. Closing your hands into prayer hands here if you wish to join me in prayer. Send an offering to the world in this time of need, perhaps to the frontline workers, the healthcare workers, our leaders, those who are struggling, perhaps an inward gesture of prayer for yourself, whatever you're called to here. Together, let's take a deep breath in, long exhale. One more time, fill yourself up with joy, positivity, and hope. And exhale what you no longer need. The love, the light, the peace within me honors the love, the light, and the peace within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. It was wonderful to share time with you. You can find this video either here at the Tamaqua Community Arts Facebook page or on seasofcompassionyoga.com. And if you subscribe to the website, you'll stay in the know on all of the things that are happening. We have spaces for private yoga via Zoom. We hold a very empowering, energetic class on a Thursday evening at 6 o'clock that you can join us via Zoom. And there's always space for correspondence and any type of suggestions that you may have. Leave them here, leave them at the website, and be well, be safe. I'll see you soon.